There's lots of really good advice online about how to keep your kid in bed when they're like a toddler. But what about when they're 100 pounds? Now, it doesn't sound like a lot of weight, but the thing is, when it's distributed over an entire body, surprisingly hard to move. I'm exhausted. He can't sleep here anymore. Welcome to the vlog.
We always say that life is precious, but I don't think I truly appreciated that. But I was about to. It started with a toothache. I tried to ignore it, but eventually it got the best of me.
It hurts. It hurts so bad. Oh my God, I cannot sleep. We're 2 hours away from my appointment. I just gotta make it. I can't take any more medicine because I'm afraid that I'll have too high a level of ibuprofen and then they won't treat me. But I took another 4, and so that's like 800 milligrams. So that took the pain away. I was able to sleep until 5:50. It's starting to come back a little bit, but man, I'm hoping if I can make it through breakfast, get out of here. Hopefully they see me right away. Once they see my face, hopefully they'll switch their tune, because they said they can't treat me anyway. They said all they can do is do an x-ray, but when they see this, hopefully they will be like, oh, we got to do something.
Your kind of value menu.
Single dad's not allowed to be sick. Bills don't stop, and the list of things to do just grows. So you just keep going. Kids counting on you. So it's easy to just assume you'll get through it. You've done it before. Why would this time be any different?
Tomorrow I have my next meeting with YouTube. There's things I'm supposed to do. I just don't. I was thinking about this today.
I'm in such extreme pain right now. I'm finally on the road to this appointment. They told me yesterday they can't treat me. They can only do an x-ray or whatever, but hopefully when they see this, they're like, oh. So fingers crossed. If not, I'm gonna have to go to the emergency dentist before work. You know, I guess there's a lot of like people struggling with dating and blah, blah, blah. But I don't really ever get into that. Because after being married for a decade, I realized something very important that these people never talk about. And it is that it is very easy to be so proud and happy that you're by yourself when you're in good health. However, if you live long enough, something is going to happen to you. You might get in a car accident. You might get hurt at work. Like, you're so sure you don't need people until you need somebody to take you to the dentist because they won't let you drive a car home. I think it's sad that we live in a connected society and companies like Uber and Lyft are able to make hundreds of millions or billions of dollars. It's like, we can't just call our friends. I can't just I can't slide into my friend's DMs and ask him to come and take me to the airport. I can't just shoot a text and get somebody to come and pick me up from the bar. Like, I understand it's not their responsibility, but you would just think that in the most connected society of all time, we wouldn't need to hire a stranger to take us places because we'd be able to call the people who we know and love. But we can't. So you're never going to hear me say, I don't ever foresee myself being with somebody and I'm just dedicated to living my life alone. Nah, bruh. when you're down, you're gonna want somebody to be there. And I don't care how many stories you tell me about, a guy who was his family, he had 44 kids and they never came to visit him in the hospital. I'm gonna play the odds. I'm cool with even the elevated possibility that someone is gonna check on me. These red pill podcasts and all that, they'll never talk about that. They always talk about hustle hard and be great and blah, blah, blah. All right, what if you get disability at work? You still gonna hustle hard? Okay. Well, what if you're physically unable to do your job? Some freak accident. Do not let these people on the internet convince you that living life dolo is the way to go. It's a season. Sometimes it's a necessary season, but it doesn't need to be your forever. It doesn't need to be your goal. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to run into every person's arms because you're lonely, but I do think you should recognize that life is a little bit sweeter the more people you have around you.
In this moment right now, I am very afraid. First, I went to the urgent care. The doctor there was like, hey, be honest, are you really going to go to the ER if I send you there? And I said, yeah, I'll go. She showed me something that would be life-threatening, so I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go. She gave me some medicine and then sent me over there, went to the ER, went in, checked in, and it was just kind of slow. There was no sense of urgency, and then I was like, well, if nobody else is that concerned, then I ain't gonna work tomorrow. Like, I know what you're thinking. Well, Aaron, if you're not here, then it's not gonna matter. I got it. But when you're scared and you're looking for an excuse, it's right there. So after 3 hours of waiting, I got up and I walked out. And I said I'd come back. Did the internet research thing. Always a bad idea. People telling stories about being in ICU for 20 months. People saying that they went in, they thought it was a routine thing. Next thing they know, they're fighting for their life. But yeah, why am I recording this? Because a big part of me is like, this might be the last video you ever make. Maybe somebody's gonna find it on a memory card one day. And they're gonna wanna know what happened. How did you let yourself deteriorate so quickly? It happened fast. Tuesday, I was in a little bit of pain. Wednesday, I start trying to schedule an appointment with the dentist. Thursday, swelling started. Wasn't like this, obviously. But I scheduled my appointment for Friday. Friday went in, got the tooth taken out. The swelling got worse from the moment I started taking the medication to Saturday, yesterday. It's been the worst of it so far.
When I can get in here and like how stuff is set up and everything has to be right. So every night when it's time, I tell myself I'll do it tomorrow because real reason, right? So except I've had about 2 weeks of tomorrows and the math kind of stops adding up. And most of us, when we see someone stop,
I'm so tired. It feels like this medication is siphoning my energy away. If it were 4 o'clock, it wouldn't be a big deal. But unfortunately, it's 7 a.m. and I haven't taken my medication yet today. Gotta go to work. I slept all day and I don't know, just kept me from feeling it. It's still obviously still very swollen. I kind of contemplated going to the ER this morning, honestly, if I didn't have to go to work. And I might go tonight because this is just, it's so tight. Like, makes it hard for me to swallow. I can't really open my mouth up very wide. I can't eat. Like, I was packing a lunch and I was like, well, what can I actually comfortably eat? And it's not much. So I had some Jell-O. I'm heading back to the dentist. Like, I'm happy, but I'm scared because if she tells me to go to the ER, then I'm like gonna be freaking out. I called earlier and I scheduled an appointment, and they said to come tomorrow, which I was like, it actually gave me some relief because I was like, all right, well, she's telling me to not come until tomorrow because I still need to work on my medication that I've been taking, and that means that everything is happening as it should. And then I got a call like 45 minutes later, like, the doctor says to come on in and she can see you real quick. Well, she didn't say real quick, but she can see you, which means she just wants to look at it probably. And well, did not go as planned. She said, you gotta go to the ER. I'm just so freaking scared, man. She made it seem like, yeah, just go to the ER and have them drain it. It just feels so much more serious when you go to the ER, or when you go to the dentist, or you go to your, primary care. It feels very family friendly, local. Going to the emergency room feels like freaking World War III. It's so intense. You're just in there. People are going through real stuff, and you're watching them get carted off, and they're yelling and.
Do you think you're able to walk to the bed? Or do you think we're going to need to pull you?
A toothache. Don't cry for me. It was my fault. The warning signs were there. And I just ignored them because, ironically, I was scared. At least I thought I was, until they walked me around the corner, sat me down, and told me I wasn't going home. All of a sudden, my fears seemed so small, and what was important became so clear. The hardest part of being a single dad isn't doing everything alone. It's doing everything alone, even when you're at your worst. It's been way too long since I hugged my son, but I'm happy to say that I'm coming home.
Back home, back home.